Hey guys, today we'll just go over a quick loadout and jumping puzzle section of the Whisper of the Worm. So if you're a first timer in there, this will be a pretty easy guide to follow. I use the Hunter as an example for this build. So if you're running the Hunter, you want to go on your Arc subclass and you want to make sure that you bring Lucky Raspberry, Radiant Flux, and the Stompies with you because you'll be rotating them per room. Also for weapons, Midnight Coup is really good to bring because of the speed boost it gives you, and Inaugural Address is really good for the rooms to take down the Acolyte shields. And if you do not have the Whisper, you can bring a Sleeper with you to deal the high damage output for the big bads like the Knights and the actual bosses in the last room. So when you get in here, you start off just by jumping on the rock. You jump up to the other rock in front of you, you go up to this little cave area and you kill the first blight. Take this blight down and you'll fall down a shaft. Once you land on that shaft, you basically just follow a pretty linear path of jumps over and over. So we'll be going through the cave here, and it will bring us to the first set of jumps that you'll have to do. Once you reach the first set of jumps here, just make sure you're not running in front of those blocks that push out of the wall, as they will knock you off of the ledge and push you down into the abyss. So you'll have to respawn. So just go somewhat slow and cautious during this part. Jump down to your left here, and then you'll jump on this ledge sticking out of the wall. And you follow this straight forward to the one below it. You jump down to this one here, and then you jump across to the right on the ledge. Everything glowing red for this portion is where you kind of want to be landing. From this part, you just make a quick turn around on the side of the wall, jump over that ledge here, and you can run past the first two blocks that move. So if you time it correctly, if you go right when it locks in place right there, you can move across two of them. So then you want to wait for the third one to pop out right here, and then you just go ahead and cross your path again. Now the last block moves back and forth fairly quickly, so don't worry, just move as soon as it pushes back into the wall and you'll make it fine. From there you jump across again to the left side on the red ledge, do a little side jump over here, and then you're going to jump on this elevator lift. Once you make it on the lift, you just continue straight forward down this path, very linear. Make a left here and go through the tunnel, and then again a right, and follow this tunnel into the next area. Once you reach the next red room, basically if you're still having Stompies equipped on the Hunter, which is what I prefer, you can jump to the second ledge there, jump over across this one, ignore the enemies shooting at you, wait for the blights to do their little push-out move, jump across again to the last ledge, and make your way to the door that's open across the way here. Once you make it into here, you can just jump straight across to your right, land on the top ledge, and follow this all the way down. You'll jump through the last tunnel above you on the right hand side from this room. Once you make it down the tunnel, you just drop down the first ledge, crouch, and walk into this corner. Sometimes this is a little finicky here, so just take your time with it. Your ghost will pop up, you fall down, and then again you follow this path somewhat linear till you reach this ledge. Once you're on this ledge, just follow it all the way across, hug the wall as best you can. You might fall off towards the end, but don't worry, you can just use a jump or just grab the ledge and then jump straight down into the doorway at the bottom there where the light's coming out. Once you land in here, you follow the path, again very linear. There's only one way to go for this portion. So then you jump from this section into the last red room here, which will be the last room before you make it into the first room with the ads. So you see that I switch out to Lucky Raspberry before entering the first room. This is important because you can just group up the Thrall in this first room and keep chanting your grenade so you get your charges back filled. Once you clear the first room, you'll get into this room here. If someone has a super on your team, you want to have them pop it and clear this room out fairly quick, so that way you don't spend too much time on the ads in this little area. And when you kill all the ads, the blight again will spawn at the next portion you have to follow. Kill the blight, enter the last room, clear out all the ads in that next room. Once you do that, there will be a blight by the next passageway you go through. Kill that blight as to not danger your team. 2 phalanxes will spawn behind your teammates. So again, I swap 2 lucky raspberry for a grenade out just to get some damage, get the charge back. Kill the phalanx to keep them off your teammates. And your teammates should be killing snipers in this main room right here. Once they kill the snipers, you can just go ahead and run through and blow up the blight, leading down to the last and final room for the encounter. Once you make it to the last room, you want to clear out all the blights first with your team, and then you can switch to Raid and Flux and clear all the ads out, so you can make orbs for your teammates if they don't have supers popped out. Once you clear out all the blights and the ads, then that will start the bosses spawning for you to kill. It'll be a captain, a knight, and then phalanx. As soon as you kill all of the blights, you can go ahead and finish off the ads. Once all the ads are dead, that's when the bosses will spawn. And when the bosses spawn in, you go ahead and hide in the little cubby hole that you dropped down in. So that way you can pull out your sleeper or your whisper or scout rifles, whatever your team may be equipped with, and do a DPS just to the bosses themselves, as again this encounter is timed. So you want to be able to kill the bosses over any other ads that spawn around them. So you can see when we make it up here, we just jump into the tunnel right up here, just stay in the back and snipe away at the bosses. Once you finish off all 3 of the bosses, you will have completed the mission, granting you the Whisper of the Light. I hope this guide has been helpful for you, and don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.